98.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper, Punch, Vanguard, The Sun, Daily Post, The Nation. We're also going to take a look at this day newspaper, and if time permits, we're also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Netcore Cloud lauds adoption of marketing in Nigeria. Netcore Cloud lauds adoption of marketing technology in Nigeria. Kanu governor flags off training of 2,500 corporate security. Wike speaks on peace process, berates elders, stakeholders for condemning agreement terms. Guinness World Record, Nigerian begins crochet-a-thon to night wedding gown for 72 hours in Lagos. Yuletide, motoparks in Kaduna witness low patronage. Police arrest 26 suspects for alleged phone snatching. Others in Jigawa. We won't tolerate protests to disrupt ITEL's oil production. Bayelsa government. 11 die in Jigawa auto crash. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency intercepts 7.5 million tramadol pills, codeine bottles in Christmas consignments. Obi tells Nigerians to use Christmas season to appreciate essence of God. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency sniffer dogs uncover cocaine in Indian-bound shipment. Christmas. Tinubu urges Nigerians to embrace kindness, sharing. Zamfara government earmarks 7.2 billion naira to complete Guzau investment house. Institute urges Tinubu to sign bill to professionalize export. No compromise on $800 million condition cash transfer, says NSIPA boss. 5 get return tickets to Europe in Glow Festival of Joy. Allow us to practice traditional medicine. Ogboni fraternity urges federal government. Allow us to practice traditional medicine. Ogboni fraternity urges government. Socio-Economic Rights Accountability Project sues NMPCL over failure to account for oil production revenue. I served Nigeria the best I could, says Babangida. Abiodun Olawepo Hashim preach hope, love, tolerance. Emzo host Oshola to homecoming reception today. Unusual Yuletide as cash crunch, unaffordable prices, mass celebration. Tinubu seeks support, promises more interventions to ease hardship. Emefiele breaks silence on looted funds kept in foreign banks. Ecommuniums as Pasoludo is buried. Save people from trouble, suffering. Badejo urges political leaders. Christmas Day larges. Federal government launches grants for poor, vulnerable groups in Cross River today. Kano's family appreciates supporters of IPOB leader. U.S. firm partners Enugu to boost mechanized farming. Again, 2 Imo communities set January to abolish Usu. Others. Mba preaches love at Christmas. Forthcoming carnival would restore dwindling culture, says ODUPG. Ogun government seeks citizens' support to grow IGR. Eshilokon celebrates with elderly citizens in Lagos Central. Opadukun asks Tinubu to restore constitutional governance. LASEPA won against noise environmental pollution during Yuletide. Fayemi Olubadan preach unity, peace, tolerance at Christmas. Adeboye wants Nigerians to seek divine wisdom for upliftment. Abuja commuters commend the federal government's 50% fare discount. INEC issues certificates of return to 16 Plateau members elect. INEC issues certificates of return to 16 Plateau members elect. Union Bank acquisition followed due process, no illegalities. Titan Trust Bank. Stop using my office to issue fake appointments, SGF. Kaduna governor inaugurates center to train 800 youths annually. Christmas, Ododo charges Kogites, Nigerians to imbibe spirit of nation building. Edo community appreciates chief of army staff over peaceful coexistence. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper this morning. 12 dead, 39 injured in explosion at nickel plant in Indonesia. Naira redesign. Human Rights Writers Association demands Tunde Sabiu's arrest. Prosecution. Experts request inclusive student-centered approach to tackling sexual violence. APFSPN urges a federal government to declare state of emergency on food security. Catch squeezes persist amid Yuletide activities. Catch squeeze persist amid Yuletide activities. MFL meets bail condition released from Kuje Correctional Center. No lockdown in Southeast on Xmas New Year Day. IPOB confirmed. No lockdown in Southeast on Xmas New Year days. IPOB confirms. Yuletide, NLC seeks unity to overcome nation's challenges. Lawmakers meet finance minister over presidential loans, palliatives. Amidst $30 billion pledge, ARDA pushes for African downstream transition plan. Makinde's aid. Akifenwa tax lawmakers on prudent use of public fund. Pensioners decry non-payment of pensions. Land grabbing. Enugu community petitions Inspector General of Police fingers ex-governor. Civil society organizations dismiss allegations of religious discrimination, fraud against Zulum. Food Arms Foundation bets in Lagos. Supports less privileged, vulnerable. Former SGF Boss Mustafa refutes $6.3 million CBN looting allegation, calls for probe. Queen Tiana Grace Michaels, back to school quest, bringing supplies and inspiration to Southeast Nigerian schools. Christmas, New Year celebrations. LASEMA, LSC, LASEPA begin joint safety campaign in Lagos. Terrorists kill police inspector, Bon Station in Brunu. WRC 23, Nigeria signs updated radio regulation to deepen global connectivity. Center 6 media partnership in fight against rape, gender harassment. Abiodun approves Christmas bonus for Ogun civil servants. Organization pledges to empower more women, youths. Yuletide cleric urges Christians to help the needy. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the Guardian newspaper. We'll flip over to Leadership newspaper. Nigeria's problem is over. Concentration on oil, abandoning other resources. Nigeria's problem is over concentration on oil, abandoning other resources. Zaura. Kanu Supreme Court urged to maintain credibility. Kidney transplant. Civil society organizations pass a vote of confidence on Alias Hospital. Crowd welcomes Governor Yusuf back to Kanu. Cancer Research Institute, NPHCDA, to conduct National Indicator Impact Survey. Hope at Christmas. Albon All that's Lord, a federal government over 50% reduction in transport fares. UNFPA, Microsoft partner to explore tech in family planning. Partnership with UNIDO strengthens relationship between Nigeria, Europe. 5,000 tankers drivers 5,000 tanker drivers to get comprehensive health insurance coverage. May and Baker post 14.3 billion naira revenue in 9 months. Alliance and General Insurance unveils growth path for 2024. Christmas, political parties tax leaders on providing democracy dividends. 325 widows, orphans receive Zulum's Christmas gift. 2024, Zamfara boasts 7.2 billion naira for abandoned Gazal Investment House. NNL fines Marantaki Care. 1 million naira insists on zero tolerance to violence. Cashless festivities. NSIPA assures transparency in $800 million conditional cash transfer distribution. Christmas, Fayemi urges unity, generosity. Nigeria's problem is over-concentration on oil, abandoning other resources. We've taken this. Still on the stories making the headlines on the leadership newspaper this morning. Tinubu should be appreciated for intervening in Rivers crisis. Wike. SGF warns job racketeers against using his office. Christmas, Tinubu promises relief amid lingering hardship. Emefele accuses Obaze of falsehood, threatens legal action. Calabar agog for John Owan Eno tennis grand finale. Rivers, Secondus cautions against threat to democracy. Malaria, non-governmental organization supports Zamfara with 9.6 billion naira mosquito nets. End of the year office party. At Christmas, Ododo charges co-guides Nigerians to imbibe nation-building spirit. Socio-economic rights and accountability projects sues NMPCL over failure to account for oil production revenues. Christmas, support your prayers for Nigeria with positive actions. Saraki urges Christians. Christmas, Umaye directs Works Ministry staff to proceed on 2-week holiday. Benue National Assembly caucus can't blackmail Governor Alia, Honorable Ashua. Troops kill 14 insurgents, rescue kidnapped victims, recover weapons in Kaduna, Niger. Gunmen kill 16 persons in Plateau village. Christmas, pray for Tinubu, Kyari, others reforming Nigeria, reps, deputy spokesman. Allow us practice traditional medicine, Ogboni fraternity urges government. Christmas, 50,000 troops at battlefield as Chief of Army Staff hails their sacrifice, courage. Boss Mustafa refused $6.3 million CBN looting allegation, calls for probe. Army hands over 66 rescued kidnapped victims to Sokoto government. ECOWAS sanctions on Niger, punishing innocent Nigerians, hurting refugees. Ndume. NPAN to adjust newspapers cover price January 2nd. Police report indicts former National Assembly clerk. Orders over illegal land sale. Titan Trust Bank refused alleged irregularities in Union Bank's acquisition. Release Nnamdi Kanu as Christmas gift to Ndi Igbo. Iwanyanwu tells Tinubu. Igbo titles conferred on Tinubu. Chetima reinforced national cohesion, integration. Kalo. Wolves stun Chelsea 2-1 in festive Premier League clash. Police unveil upgraded electronic central motor registry. INEC issues certificate of return to Plateau State Assembly members-elect. Ekiti, government vows seamless tax payment, begins land use charge collection in 2024. Group hails Tinubu for Emefele probe, warns against cover-up. Bayelsa warns against protests disrupting Iteco's oil production. Bayelsa warns against protests disrupting Iteco's oil production. Tunisia holds low turnout vote for new upper chamber. Cleric advocates curriculum review, says teaching methods outdated. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency arrests 70-year-old Lagos grandma son in Mushin cannabis boss. Christmas, Bauchi governor donates cows, rams, rice, others worth 120 million naira to Christians. That's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. And from the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to Punch newspaper. Tinubu urges patience. New dawn nears. Socio-economic rights and accountability project sues NMPCL for withholding oil revenue details. Residents lament economic hardships at Christmas. Poor Nigerians, not junta, suffering ECOWAS sanctions. Ndume. Popular Lagos nightclub. Pilots shot over safety offense. Diphtheria kills 554 in 20 states. I won't withdraw suit against Sound. Litigant Diaz Makinde. I won't withdraw suit against Sound. Litigant Diaz Makinde. CBN investigators report false, misleading, Emefiele. Wike attacks Rivers elders for supporting Fubara, questioning Tinubu. Traditional rulers, not politicians, should govern local governments. Oluban. Sokoto governor receive 66 rescued abductees, hails military. 13 Zamfara undergraduates, coppers, spend Christmas in bandits' den. Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps decorates 450 promoted Kaduna officers. Embrace skill acquisition. Sean Japa, Rep, urges youth. Emzo, host Oshola today. Atiku, Obi, governors preach love, hope at Christmas. Christmas, cleric asks Christians, Muslims to embrace tolerance. Ikorodu monarch awards pupils 15 million naira scholarships. I will assess Tinubu's government after 1 year. I will assess Tinubu's government after 1 year. Shoyinka. IHS Nigeria gets recognition. Return Nigeria to true federalism. Opadoku tells Tinubu. Return Nigeria to true federalism. Opadoku tells Tinubu. Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria increases newspaper cover price January 2nd. 14 killed in Plateau fresh attack. Protesters raise houses. Army chief promises troops improved welfare, better weapons. Chetima, Ganduje beg chieftaincy titles in Anambra. Strengthening NHIS will check untimely deaths. CMD. KB governor preaches love, tolerance at Christmas. Support your prayers for Nigeria with positive action. Saraki urges Christians. Your tide. Be committed to Nigeria's greatness. Omo Agege advises Christians. Commuters stranded as motorists hike fares in Anambra. Your tide. Umahi declares 16-day break for workers. Warns against impersonation. Your tide. Celebrate moderately. Anglican bishop advises Nigerians. That's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. And from the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to Vanguard newspaper. Tinubu to Nigerians, be your brother's keeper. Jonathan preaches love, unity at Christmas. Changes in newspaper cover prices. God has not forgotten you, cleric tells Nigerians. Lagos launches Yuletide awareness campaign. Buhari approved Naira redesign, Emefiele. Stop your outburst against Amosun, group tells Oshomole. Court stops American Tower from congesting environment with radio-based stations. Christmas, governors, reps, speaker, Kalu tax Nigerians on peace, sacrifice, tolerance. Christmas, governors, reps, speaker, Kalu tax Nigerians on peace, sacrifice, tolerance. Revamp nation's economy to reduce mass sufferings. Father Ibemonso urges federal government. Catholic bishops to political leaders, adjust your lifestyles to economic realities. I will build Anambra of our dreams, Soludo assures. Rivers crisis, your declaration undemocratic. Fubara's kingsmen tell Tinubu. Tinubu deal. Fubara, allies disagree. Wike to Rivers people, don't get into political crisis you know nothing about. Edo 2024, Edo South Group throws weight behind Aswe, Igadalo. Christmas, Nigeria, not poor nation. First Lady Remi Tinubu. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. I wanted to be a civil engineer, IBB. Stop media trial of Emefiele, others, Moalo. Ogun Commissioner of Police visits Nollywood actor Aziz Ijadua in hospital, condemns shooting. Lagos government begins a removal of illegal gates in Lekki. And that's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And from the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Sun newspaper. Christmas message, a new dawn possible with joint efforts. Tinubu announces increase in newspaper cover prices from January 2nd. Ex-SGF Mustafa denies looting $6.3 million from CBN vault. Abia House of Assembly passes 2024 appropriation bill into law. Ukpo, Ato SS community, honor Tinubu, Onu, others. Remain hopeful. Catholic bishop urges Nigerians. Abia House of Assembly passes 2024 appropriation bill into law. Supreme Court, federal government insensitive to insecurity in Southeast Iwanyang. Uluwo calls for total submission to the will of God. Dogoa seeks communities' participation in education in the North. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project sues NMPC over failure to account for Nigeria's daily oil production revenues. Saraki, Lawan's portrait missing in Senate gallery. Saraki, Lawan's portraits missing in Senate gallery. Catholic priest Ibemonso calls on Tinubu to revamp Nigeria's economy. Oborowori urges peaceful coexistence. Let's keep hope alive. Abiodun. Kanu Agog as Yusuf returns, greet Christians at Christmas. Sacrifice for greatness of nation. Udodo, Kogi governor-elect. Gunmen kill 16 in Plateau. 11 die in Jigawa auto crash. Court stops installation of radio station by MTN, American Tower. Soldiers kill 14 insurgents, rescue 14 abductees in Niger, Kaduna. Christmas, let's unite against our common enemies. Chief of Defense Staff tells Nigerians. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency intercepts 7.5 million tramadol pills, 95,400 codeine bottles. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We will now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
St. John's Anglican Church presents Anointing Service and Crossover Night. Theme: Building a Generational Altar of Prayer, Power, Peace, Protection, Prosperity. Leviticus 6, 8 to 13, Genesis 28, 18 to 22, 1 Kings 18, 30 to 32, Joshua 1 to 14, Joshua 4, 24, 24 to 26, Fishing, Reverend Canon Onyebuchi Eriobina, Host Ministry, Reverend Chekube Anyabuku, Ministry, Evangelist Ijeoma Ikechukwu, Ministry, Ordinand Emeka Okafor, Gospel Artist. It is happening on Sunday, 31st December 2023, 6 a.m., 9 o'clock a.m., and 8 o'clock p.m. Come and be blessed.
In your ward, get involved. The new APC is here in Anambra. This is sponsored by Sapol Chukuma, Oma Umeru, Onyechinazo, and Ocha. We are a chosen generation.
Save the girl child, save the girl child. The Seraphim Outreach presents Save the Girl Child Inobi for girls between the ages of 13 to 20 years. Theme: the girl child at a time like this. Parents, guardians, bring out your girl child to partake in this. Guardians, bring out your girl child to partake in this life-changing opportunity. The event will feature teachings, word, prayers, good food, Friday, 29th December 2023, time 2 to 5 p.m. Venue, Inobi Town Hall along Nokwa Road, Inobi. Music by Marco and Ace Squad. Convener, Dr. Choma Seraphim Nyesu, the Ambassador for Girl Africa. Convener of the Save the Girl Child Project. President, Seraphim Outreach. This project is sponsored. For inquiries, call 0703 6383 441. 0703 6383 441. Don't be left out. Only Jesus can save.
The shaman, members of Uru Central Executive, and the entire Uru village community joyfully invite the illustrious sons and daughters of Abagana, in-laws, friends, and well-wishers to the Median Uru Development Day celebration holding on the 27th day of December 2023 at Uru Village Square. Time is 12 noon. Come and be part of this epoch-making event. May God bless you as you come. Signed, Assistant Professor Uchenna Prosper Okonkwo, Chairman, Uru Village Community.
Identity Unity Cup. Yes, so let's gyrate. Love Bite Fruits and Beverages Limited in Nobi is organizing Identity Unity Cup. Towns in the Idemili North and South Local Government Area, Anambra State. The towns are invited to register with the organizing committee of the tournament. Registration is free. Pick your forms from the Love Bite Fruits reception at Nobi. Fill the forms and return to the same place before 20th December 2023. All participating towns will get a mobilization fund of 200,000 naira each for preparations. First prize 2 million naira, second prize 1 million naira, third prize 500,000 naira. Venue Central School Field, Umuru Nobi. Match days 24th to 31st December 2023. Then 1st January 2024. Other things will be announced later. For enquiries, call 0703 388 5866. Announcer Mr. Christian Abadjo, Head of Marketing and Brand Development, Love Bite Foods Limited, Nobi.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. We are on to the Sun newspaper. Man who murdered a lady in Abia arrested in Cross River State. Christmas, let's unite against our common enemies, Chief of Defense Staff tells Nigerians. Soldiers kill 14 insurgents, rescue 14 abductees in Niger, Kaduna. Enugu Council Chairman's wife flags off 16-day campaign against gender-based violence and femicide. Christmas, Sanwo-Olu preaches peace, compassion. Christmas, Mba preaches love, togetherness, vows to lead by example. That's the much we can take from the Sun newspaper this morning. From the Sun newspaper, we'll flip over to Daily Post newspaper. Christmas, Archbishop Chukwuma preaches forgiveness, reconciliation. Entertainment industry will boost Nigeria's economy, Governor Adeleke. Kanu Guba, have confidence in Supreme Court judges, Governor Yusuf to supporters. Low-key Christmas celebration as transport fare, prices of essential items skyrocket. Veterinary doctors condemn killing of elephants, other animals. Why I won't criticize Tinubu's government now, Shoyinka. I have done my part in Rivers. I'm doing well in Abuja. Wike speaks on face-off with Fubara. Christmas, Bauchi governor calls for peaceful coexistence. Cybercrime, NOA to partner EFCC on intelligence sharing. Christmas, Christian Association of Nigeria urges Christians to pray for Nigerian leaders. Christmas, remain steadfast, Akpabio tells Nigerians. And that's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. And from the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. Tinubu assures Nigerians of new dawn. Emefele, Mustafa, TIG, tackle CBN investigator. NPAN announces new cover price for newspapers. Be patient with Tinubu. Economy will be better, says Abia governor. I discussed my 7-point agenda with Tinubu, says Shoyinka. Benue governor Alia. Brighter future coming for Nigerians. The nation's awards result from enterprise, dedication to craft, says Dare. The nation's awards result from enterprise, dedication to craft, says Dare. Kalo, chieftaincy titles for president, VP, APC share will enhance national integration. 1.5 million vulnerable households get 25,000 naira stipends, says NSIPA boss. 1.5 million vulnerable households got 25,000 naira stipends, says NSIPA boss. ECMR met to boost national security, says first PRO. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Tax reforms panel eyes revenue from national assets. Support Tinubu for more democracy dividends. Non-governmental organization urges Nigerians. Stop using my office to issue fake appointments, says SGF. We are here to stay, says Unilever Nigeria MD at Centenary. Yuletide, LASEPA Commission embark on environmental safety enforcement. Yuletide, LASEPA Commission embark on environmental safety enforcement. Court bars impostors claiming to be National Association of Nigerian Students President, Senate leader. Ex-Delta lawmaker distributes 2,000 bags of rice, cows, others. FEM expands fresh produce distribution. That's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. From the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to This Day newspaper. Skyrocketing production costs. NPAN approves changes in cover prices of newspapers effective January. Cash transfer. Nigeria deploying World Bank's $80 million, says NSIPA boss. NAFDAC harps on transparency, corrupt-free operations. Rivers crisis. Clark condemns Fubara's purported peace deal with Wike. Shoyinka, I will assess Tinubu government after 1 year in office. Edu says Tinubu will lift Nigeria's poor, vulnerable. Imo police assure of watertight security during Yuletide season. Shams profit growth signals recovery. Dana name most innovative airline. Introduces additional flights. That's the much we can take from This Day newspaper this morning. And from This Day newspaper, we'll flip over to Nigerian Tribune. Christmas, embrace collective responsibility towards just society. Moko, Yuletide. IP Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company advocates safety, respect, assures of power supply. United Nigeria Airlines bus celebrates Christmas with over 5,000 indigents in Anambra. Christmas, we will provide palliatives to ease reform hardship. Tinubu. History will judge me. I gave Nigeria my best as president. IBB declares. Changes in newspaper cover prices. Anambra monarch confers Enyi Ndi Igbo Agụna Chamber titles on Chetima Ganduje. Anambra speaker urges Christians to embrace love, unity this Christmas. Bauchi governor urges peaceful coexistence ahead of Christmas celebration. That's the much we can take from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. That will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebonade 103.5 FM. We will now flip over to our WhatsApp portal to bring you reactions this morning. From our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have this message coming from Famous Christian. He's joining us from Ifite Village, Aguluzibo, and he says, compliment of the season to all Ebon Ade fans. Jesus Christ is the reason for the season. Let's rejoice. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We also have this message. This one is coming from Paje from Olo, and he says, no sit at home on Christmas and New Year Day, says IPOB. Who are the people enforcing the action and who is the spokesperson? Please let Tinubu listen to the plea by Iwanyangu to release Mazen Nandekano. We need peace in our region. Compliment of the season, Paje from Olo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message coming from Valentine Edene from Mbo, and he says, please, newspapers should stop using ambiguous statements so that even layman will understand the information very well. Terrorists killed 16 people, even in Christmas Eve. Sanwo-Olu is preaching peace and love, but he is not patriotic. Let him show us example of love. I don't know the particular work of Christian Association of Nigeria. I think they should come out fully, or they are another hidden party, or are they psychopaths? And this is coming from Valentine Edene, and he says, Merry Christmas, all Ebon and the family and noble presenters. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message is coming from Amechi Nene from Uruowele, Nkologiri, and he says, thanks to God Almighty that everyone knows that peace we need. Okay, that peace we need in this country called Nigeria, including political. Let peace lead. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's see if we can get you more reactions from our SMS portal this morning. From our SMS portal this morning, we have this message coming from Comrade Manli Oduago from Odumobosi, and he says, with the ongoings in Nigeria, one would agree with me that our Niger is a plurality complex of a country. It's funny that as efforts on good governance and development is being pursued to, so to speak, corruption is also increasingly showing its ugly face even faster than any restraint programs and implementation. The question yearning for an answer is, what are the functions of the almighty EFCC, ICPC, and the Clean Foundation, or have they joined the chop shop generation in grand style? May God save us all. Comrade Manly Oduago from Udumobisi, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Still on our SMS portal, we have this message coming from Onyekachi from Iyowa, and he says, does IBB see registering Nigeria into Islamic world as a good effort? And he says, I hail Igbo people for not leaving MFLA behind. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, we also have this message that says, I wish all Ebonade fans happy Xmas and prosperous New Year in advance. Okay, this one is coming from Sir Wingate Ikechukwu from Ikechukwu Nwakeze from Okuzo. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, we have this message that says, this one is coming from Honorable Onyedeka Osakwe, and he says, why Osu and Ohu cannot be abolished is that when a member of the so-called sect comes to marry anybody from an affluent family, you will discover that it must not hold, as the ardent discrimination is still existing. The lingering hardship tormenting the nation and the government unleashing unending mayhem to innocent and helpless Nigerians is the handwork of the okay. And he says it's only after their own welfare and frivolities they did not have any meaningful agenda, but only dabbles into whatever that comes around, which goes around. I think we are waiting for Elijah. And he continues and says, the man that murdered a woman and fled, who has been arrested in, okay, is supposed to face the music, life imprisonment. And then he says, Nyesom Wike should be ashamed of himself as he left Rivers State with chanties, and he is now demanding almost half of the state's allocation. Wonders shall never end. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll now flip over to our Facebook portal to bring you more reactions this morning. From our Facebook portal this morning, we have this message coming from also Francis Nnamani, and he says, the wife of Mr. President saying that Nigeria is not a poor nation. Yes, I totally agree with her. However, harnessing these abundant natural resources have been a hiccup tax. And he says, I therefore urge Mr. President to engage experts and professionals to harness Nigeria's resources to improve Nigeria's economic well-being. Thanks and God bless. Okay, also Francis Nnamani from Amagunze in Enugu State. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We also have this message coming from Tongwa Praise, and he says, okay, thank you so much for joining us and Merry Christmas to you too. And we also have this message coming from also Francis Nnamani, and he says, once again, he says the federal government and CBN should do everything possible to avert further scarcity of Naira notes. Honestly, the average Nigerians are really passing through serious hardships and difficulties. May God help us. We also have this message coming from Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri, and she says Christmas is a time to think of Jesus as a baby in a manger. The very creator of the earth came to us as a child. He did not come as a strong, rich king, yet was the greatest of all kings. He humbled himself. Let's make Jesus Christ the center and circumference of Christmas so that we can find real joy in our hearts, contentment and peace in our home. Let's invite Jesus Christ, who is the reason for the season, as a special guest in our hearts. Any activity that will threaten the respect and reverence owed to Christmas dilutes is okay. Christmas dilutes its potency and the message. Happy Christmas to Ebona, the staff, and all. Okay, she said, who is the reason for the season is a special guest in our hearts. Any activity that will threaten the respect and reverence owed to Christmas dilutes its potency and the message. Happy Christmas to Ebona, the staff, and all. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Dr. Mrs. Ma Olebara from Owerri. On our SMS portal, we have this message coming from Akidi Amoke Onyena Munachi, and he says, okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This is the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning. Once is 7 o'clock, so keep a date and don't touch the dial of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Once is 8:20. We'll be back with Birthday Splash. Till we meet again, I am Martin. Have a wonderful Christmas holiday. Shalom.
Nabapoa production. Police for vigilante. Not my business. When I will tell you, AJ radio drama. There we go. AJ radio drama, Eriko, Ghana Dialogue, every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. with a repeat broadcast on Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Now, upon the 103.5 FM. If you know I finish your business, yeah.
Amara ni rewa di amo. Bobo suna kana pero na ko na ne ko na ye. Nke ka ku ke wona ala ma wo suna ye ma wo le se.
Epo kwana ka call dinka call.
Ukere ndị ichie ukwu uke na Uke Development Union na-ama ọkwa maka emume Ukede Celebration 2023 nke ga-adị na Tọzdee ọnwa Disemba ga-adị na mkpa ụbọchị 28 na Amanduka n'elekere 12 nke etiti ụbọchị. Isiokwu Ukede nke afọ a bụ Uke adịgo mma. Onye isi oche na mmemme ga-abụ High Chief John Okafor Ifenụmụnnachi. Onye ọbịa pụrụ iche Comrade Donatus Onyenji, Mr. Commissioner Culture, Tourism and Entertainment. Onye ọbịa ga-abụ Honorable Chuks Brown Igbo Okanwa Okenuke. Royal Father of the Day is Royal Highness Igwe Savile Charles Chuma Abala, Igwe Oranyo III, Ibuke, Onyena Kwado 2023 Ukede celebration for Professor Dr. Emmanuel Okechukwu Emegako Odonamba Zokunuke. Ndị binyere aka n'ozi bụ Igwe Savile Charles Chuma Abala, Peter Onyejebu, President General Uke Development Union, Honorable Anayochukwu Emmanuel, Chairman Planning Committee, Apostle Charles Emegako, Secretary.
A lot of people complain about not using their talent the way they want to. Utilize this opportunity today. Are you an aspiring actor, musician, dancer? Here is the opportunity you have been waiting for. Register with Babula Production at Ebona 103.5 FM today to make your God-given gift money-making venture using your God-given gift today. For more information, call 080-3916-7049. Don't miss out on this opportunity.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebonadi FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be,
Our government,
whatever. Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community, Street report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanshikudu, KCSR number the first, every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Ebona 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds in your face. On Emas and Ebona, the corner 24/7, 24/7.
ezinụlọ
Ọdịmma ezinụlọ.
ọdịmma ezinụlọ
Ama ezinụlọ bụ ọdịmma obodo. Onye goziri ezinụlọ egozigo obodo. Family is the foundation of the society. Na ọdịmma ezinụlọ na-ebe ọ na-adị 103.5